Hello, everybody. Welcome to a new show with Joel's Coffee Chat. Today is right now September of 25. Not giving away the exact date, but at this point, we are starting a new series, and we're basically we've been working in the background on making a regular calendar of different shows to be on a 12-month calendar for certain days or certain shows. So today I'm giving you a sample with day one, episode one of what we're calling Fresh Start series. In this Fresh Start series, we'll be basically going over each month, creating a fresh start for ourselves, starting with September of 25, the year 25. And basically, we're going to keep working on what will be next month's series. We're going to give you journaling prompts each day in these series. Um, we're basically going by the number of days per month is the number of journaling prompts you'll have. So I'll be trying to get on here every day with you as we start this right now, September of 25, with the Fresh Start episode one of a new series. And basically, every month's going to be a fresh start, but then in the months in between your fresh start and saying your goodbyes to the negative things of the month, we're working to make goals, accomplishments, forgiveness, self love, and all kinds of other mental health, wellness practices, exercises, journaling prompts, you name it. So go ahead and find something to write with. Give yourself a moment to get a pen or a pencil, something to write with, and it's kind of a piece of paper or a spiral, something where you can look back and go with these exercises we give you of different journaling prompts to both ask yourself some questions, meditate on it, reflect, and answer it in a way that is true to yourself, whether it's vulnerable, it's scary, it's new and exciting, whatever it is. But take these exercises to journal about them. After you get a moment to get your journal, your spiral, or other notebook paper, or something else you'd rather write on, and the equipment to write on with, like pencil or pen. Um, Some of you may even be iPad users like me, and you decide to use your electric pen to write on your iPad into your notes app or something. But however you decide to do it, just take a moment to get the equipment we need and to start looking at the start of the month, set and align. That's what we're working on today. Now, September really has already started this year when we were a few days late in coming up with these journaling ideas and the 30-day exercises for each month. But I'll say when it comes to our mental health and our well-being, it's better to start late than to never start. So start with me. This being technically September 4th, but it's still the month has started. Whatever month it is, whatever year it is, whatever is your goal that you're newly creating now, if that time frame has already started, it's okay. Start late. That beats never starting. And that's even one example of where we can start with forgiving ourselves. Is if we started onto the goal or the agenda or anything late, late beats never. Don't be too hard on yourselves. If you're like me with being the month's already started, we can decide to reflect on what you're going to do, what your month's going to look like, what are your goals. I've learned to forgive myself. I've learned to accept it's okay if I start late. It's okay if I start even halfway through the year at deciding what my next year is going to be like. It's okay. If you start late, that's better than never starting. And starting late gives you hope that you can accomplish that goal or mission. Make that dream into reality. Never starting is the only way it'll never happen. That said, I've got some music in the background. Please give me some comments, feedback on what you think of the music. And if you hear me better now than I know my other shows, it was harder to hear me. And I have a mic on the way and a delivery that will increase my volume of my voice and help better with sound once the shipment gets here. But that's another step I'm taking in making Jaws Coffee Chat a better place for all of us to be more accountable on top of our game, but also constantly working on improving our quality of life with both the look on mental health and the look on the quality of life, the goals, and other areas where we want to flourish our life to make it our dream, to make our dreams into reality, to achieve goals, to live a better life, to be happier, and have a better quality of life. Quality and quantity don't necessarily align, and sometimes one being the best is better than none and never. If you're like me, you may decide you want to get some kind of comforting drink, but for me, that's decaf coffee. But whatever it is, you may decide to get a drink or a snack or something to soothe yourself while we go through this exercise. Whatever it is, I'm going to give you a minute for the music going, and then we'll get doing the writing process. Okay, then, if you've had maybe a minute or two to get our pen and paper, or pencil and paper, or your iPad to write on, or something else that's where you have what you need to journal. If you need more time, please feel free to pause this video and just start it back where you left off after you get what you need to journal. Here we go. Our guest star, Blondie. Famous pop in the background noise. For those of you who have never seen Blondie on here, she's my cat, and she loves to get in front of my camera and be a co-star of this show. So if you see a cat, more than likely it's my cat that is named Blondie, but you may hear me call her nicknames. Um, Anyways, that's my cat who likes to be on camera with me. And she decides, because cats are moody. They're like women. We're moving. We know when we want what. You guys are the same way. Okay. Now we've gone for about 10 minutes of this getting started. So now we're going to actually get going with the exercise. So I mentioned that this is intended as the way to start the month, but right now the month has already started somewhat and we're getting a late start. But whatever month it is, whatever day it is, whatever year it is, this is where you start each month. You can see my screen. Start of the month, set and align. Let's set and align our goals. When it comes to goals, we need to look at what do we actually want this month and not what we should want. But look at the different areas of life. There's emotional health, which may be considered mental health. You go through depression, are you going through traumas, are you going through a hard season of life? Various factors of emotion. So look at your emotional side. What does that want this month? Think about it, ponder on it, and journal on it. And as you're journaling on it, observe the physical aspect. What does your physical body want? Do you want exercise? Do you want stretches to relieve tension? Do you want movement? What does your spiritual side want? Anything related to faith. It can be faith in any kind of religious manner. It can be faith in personal well-being. It can be personal outlook of who you are and why you're here. What do you feel energetically? Your body aching, tired, need rest, or is your body tense and asking for stretching or maybe exercising something small, even for 2 minutes, just a small challenge to yourself to do jumping jacks, dance in spot where you are, go walk for 2 minutes, whatever it is. What does your energy ask for? In energy, often we think of lack of energy and need caffeine. But caffeine is the modern day way of getting around the health aspect of what our mind and body really need for producing energy. An example would be my concussion doctor. I have post concussive syndrome. And y'all know how I talk a lot about both neurodiversity as well as mental health. Well, in the neurodiversity, I have a concussion specialist I see for many brain injuries of various types, post-traumatic brain injury or concussions I've had as a result of head injuries. And he's often told me when it comes to energy, if you are needing to reach for caffeine, then you have conditions, whether it's post traumatic stress disorder, it's trauma, it's depression, it's anxiety, it's epilepsy, it's psychogenic non-epileptic seizures. It's all these various mental health and neurodiversity conditions that any of us in this group have. All those conditions cause fatigue and lethargia. It causes us to be tired. It causes us to want to reach for caffeine. It causes us to want to sleep more or have difficulty sleeping. But the best way is not to reach for caffeine, but to do journaling prompts to address those particular conditions. personally decided to start with anxiety because it was the one that bothered me the most at the point that he had given me that advice medically. And so I went through a book called Overcoming Anxiety. And when I finished that book, and I believe that I finished overcoming it, I had actually hit a new stage. So I went on to the volume two of that series, Revisiting Anxiety. And I have continued to write books since then that had to do with what I was going through, finding and researching ways to overcome and to solve problems and get obstacles. But not all of us are called to write a book, though we are all called to give ourselves the love, compassion, and attention that we deserve. So, using your journaling prompts, what you put these parts of you, your emotional, your physical, your spiritual, and your energetic aspect of you, who you are in your life, actually want this month. Some of us may want stress relief. Some of us may want to reduce our job or our work hours or the stress at work. Whatever it is, come up with what it is that you actually want this month in your emotional, physical, spiritual, and energetic areas of life. And I'm going to give you time to journal to that while I will do my own prompt, my own answer, and we will go through this together. So, exercise to me, and for me, one of the things I think was I came up with physically on me was tension relief. I took a moment to do neck stretches, take a moment to find physically doing something, and stretch or move around, something where you are. That's what your body is asking for. I just looked at asking myself, what do I actually want this month? Personally, I found I really want to spend more time with. What is something you'll respond or be anonymous and make some comments about your answer? What was one thing you actually want this month? For me, it was right. And less time traveling locally. What about you? If you leave a comment or if you're actually watching live, leave a live streaming comment, share with both me and other viewers how this has impacted you. What did you discover that's something you actually want this month? Emotionally, energetically, physically, spiritually, health, and medical health, and other areas of life. Life is like a puzzle. Put the different pieces together. Which one really seems to pull in? Ask yourself, what do I actually want this month? Aspect of who you are, your mental health, your physical health, physical health, emotional health, your emotional sensitiveness, or the judgment like others are not like. Look at what you is the biggest part of. It's independent to all of us. We are all different. So are the things that are most important to us this month, just as unique as we are as individuals. Not everybody does a certain place in life and doing that certain job and doing something you don't do. I'm able to work. So I'm never able to work. So that's not the answer for everyone. That's not the trend or agenda they follow, or whatever that is for you. This is a time to reflect. This is a time for if you actually want this money. If you move yourself closer to what you want to be, whether it has to do with health, or it has to do with spiritual, it has to do with energy, it has to do with finances, whatever it is that matters most to you. And if you don't want to comment, if you know how to do it in honest, that's okay. tacos was safe. That's how that to answer the first question, go to Sakura, go to that's what I call about what is most important. One priority is not that to matters the most is not then to reflect on why does it matter this whatever that is the number one priority for you. What is it? What is the reason that priority is the number one priority for you and why it matters the most to you? We're all different. We all have different answers. And to have trivial scenario of those of us who are well, it can't work. And I know how you do watch a show or some other kind of drink that has to do with just living and enjoying life. Others have to report for finances for other things that those ones who have have or aren't for some reason or another that isn't necessary for everybody's life. Not everybody's life. Not everybody is going to live. We're all equally humans and all valuable. And we are our best advocate that does that for us. So what do this? What's that we're going to do this month? Referral to that, listen to yourself what it is, and why it matters so much to you, whatever it is. That's not my house. That's just one adult food. The eating of sows and needs of your life. You want. What is that one word that matters the most in your life does? Why it matters so much? Right? I hear it. It's like answer, reflecting on what you did and what you want to go in life. Whatever that something is, your life is something that how's it make you feel? What does that mean? How can it make your life better so much? How does it affect you? you finish journaling and writing down your own thoughts and expressions of why is this my number one priority for this month, then write to yourself, why does this matter? Why is this so important to you? Not just why it matters now, why does it matter so much to you that one thing is, if you didn't accomplish anything else, that's why you want that one thing to be accomplished, to be done and achieved this month. coming at the end. So if there's any last questions or comments or anything you have, please go ahead and in the comments. If you have any particular topic you want us to discuss related to mental health and neurodiversity, please leave a comment as well. I'm going to start looking at the comments and look for anybody who has ideas, questions, recommendations, or other information I can use to know what kind of content or what kind of topics in mental health and neurodiversity you want to hear about, what you talk about, what we can address, what we you personally are going through, and others who may not be strong enough to say that and to speak up, but very well may be going through the same thing. We all are an important part of this world, and we all together make the world go round. I hope this has given you some sense of interest and pride, goal of what you want to accomplish, and why. You live with multiple goals, and I hope it also becomes your head down to what is the one that matters the most among your goals and things you want to accomplish. And I hope this gives courage, motivation, and a start to making that goal. Thank you.